Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room recap for Friday, February the 16th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. This is the email to use if you have any questions for me. And this is the address to get into our free room. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to participate in our trading room. But this is a link to take out a subscription. There is a promo code there for you. You get 15% off. I open the room at 9 o'clock Eastern. Now, again, for those outside of North America and even in Canada, like I am, the markets are closed on Monday for President's Day in the United States. All right, so the markets are closed on Monday. Consequently, I'll open the room Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock. That's when I'll start to share my screen, and I'll get live on the mic at 9:05. Okay. Well, it's funny. The day started off a little bit bleak for me. Only in that, everything I was getting into didn't quite move, obviously, the way I wanted it to. Don't really, okay, I mean, Hertz is an example of one. I'll bring it up here. So Hertz is an example of one. Um, car was moving, the market was moving higher. This looked good. I remember, I think it was, I can't remember if it was earlier this week or last week. In fact, I know exactly the day. It was this day. I think it was this day. Well, let me back this up just a little bit further. I'll see if I'm right. Might have been this day. There was one day, I think actually it was this day that I discounted it. I know car was moving, and I saw it right here. That's right. I think I saw it right about there. I said, I don't want it. I don't think it's going to be dynamic enough, and it just did this all day. So when I saw it break over 19, I thought, okay, maybe we'll have that kind of a day again, with Hertz. Anyway, bottom line is it didn't work out for me. I got in at 1920. I got in right about there, and it did pop up. I thought, okay, we're on our way, and then this candle knocked me out. So I took a 7-cent loss on that one. So, somebody asked me to explain my thinking about why I get into certain trades. So that's why I did it. I did remember not now. Look, just because it did it, 4 days ago and had the rise, didn't mean it was going to happen today. But I also looked at the market. The market was very strong. It was moving up. A car was moving up. So I thought I could piggyback on it. Just didn't work out. Sabre was another one that didn't work out. I mean, I got stopped out for a little loss. This is a very strong stock over the last few days. I mean, look at the last 2 days. And so, few people in the room pay attention to these 3-bar pullbacks. This is on a 15-minute chart. So a 3-bar pullback. I saw this on Sabre. Because I had it thumbnailed. I had it thumbnailed, so I was definitely watching it. And I looked at this and I thought, okay. And then plus the bottoming tail. So what does that mean? Let me expand that just a little bit. The sellers tried to knock it down, and the buyers were able to keep it or close it right there. And then that candle being green, that gave me, perhaps the confidence to get in, and that's what I did. I got in at 2366, and it looked good. It looked like it was going to start to run, and I didn't take any out. I actually was hoping it would get maybe to that whole number and maybe beyond. Anyway, bottom line is it started to move back, and I got out flat. So those were, kind of the two. Pags was another. Actually, Pags was a really nice alert from Real. He alerted here, and I think he got in this area, and then it pulled right back, and I got into this one for the first time. I think it was at 30.35, 30.35. So it would have been right here. And again, so this was an alert from Real in the room. And I got back into this one right here, and then look at this. It really, really soared. I got out at 30.90 and 30.55, and then on the way down. So it was quick. A lot of the Brazilian stocks, this is a Brazilian stock, a lot of the Brazilian stocks were really moving. Dusty and his steel call. I mean, he called steel early. There are many, this is U.S. steel, but the steel sector. Ollie had a great alert for STLD, 47.93 on the alert, all the way up here to 49.64. So almost $2 on that one. So, it definitely had some, we had some really, really good plays in the steel sector all day long. I just couldn't see an entry. I didn't feel like chasing it, but there's just so much going on for me also. But it's so gratifying to see all the activity in the room and people helping each other. So that, doesn't, so the fact that I don't get into some of these things doesn't bother me at all. Now, Mule finally was the one that I got into. Mule was a really tough one. Here is the first hour or so. Look at the topping tail, bottoming tail, topping tail, all over the place for the first actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 2 hours. All right, but it was an earnings play, and typically the earnings plays can be dynamic all day long. So I finally got into Mule right here. I sort of thought, okay, I think I think we are finally going to leave that 30 behind because that's what was happening. It was going up over 30, below 30, almost up to 30, below 30, on and on and on. And finally, I thought, okay, it's going to leave some behind. This is when I went on my break actually, and so I actually, as I said in the room, I actually took more shares than I probably should have. So I took some out right here. All right, and then look at the pop. So I did take some out right about here in case it couldn't get through 3090 the first time. That allowed me, so I took some out right here around, well, it says 3092, but it's close enough. Just because I wasn't 100% sure, of course, it wasn't going to get through that whole number. That allowed me to hold on through this pullback because I'd already sold, pretty good chunks right here and here. So I could hold on through this pullback. I thought the worst that would happen is it would go back to where I bought it and I would get out there. I got rewarded because this pullback did not last very long. And now it looks like, who knows, maybe it'll take out 31 and turn into a good trade. Now here's one. Now I freely admit I didn't actually post my entry in the room. I just sort of decided to take this on my own. This is, and you can have this if you're interested in it. This is what I call a whole number play, and we have it's a filter that a lot of people don't know we have. It's called the decimal filter, and this is the decimal filter. And so if you want to see it, just have to type in search and type in decimal. All right. So look what I've done. Oh, just one moment, please. All right, so this is the decimal filter, and it's a filter that a lot of people don't know we even have. So you notice what I've done here. If you put 0.95 in the min and 1.05 in the max, what that's going to do is it'll filter for stocks that are within 5 cents on either side of the whole number. Okay? And so that's what that will do. Now, you can make it tighter if you want to go like 97 cents, 103. So it's 3 cents on either side. You can do it. But that's what this filter does. So with that in place, and then I've added a couple of other filters, up or down at least 2%, 300,000 shares minimum volume, current volume at least 2. So it's trading twice as much as normal. And here's my price range. And then I get an alert on a new high or new low. All right. So this is what, so flow, you'll see that FLS, the alert happened right there. Okay. This is on the 15-minute candle. And I actually said that a lot of times what I do is I wait for the second break of the whole number. And, you run the risk, of course, of it just flying away on you. But a lot of times, that first break of a whole number, it may pull back, and then when it breaks the second time, that could be a better entry. Anyway, bottom line is I did end up taking this at 44.10, and got up to 44.43. These are more what I would call scalp type trades, but I'm out of it now. But I just want to demonstrate that we do have this whole number. If you want it, all you have to do is ask me for it. All right, and I'll be glad to send it your way. Okay, well, that's about it. I want to get back into the room. I don't know how much more activity we're really going to have with the 1:30 right now. Only 2.5 hours left in the market, and the market holiday, of course, on Monday. But, we're finding, of course, that a lot of the trading is done through the through the programs. The only problem is some of the small ones that we like, they're more human beings in action. So a lot of people start to take off Friday afternoon a little early before the long weekend. All right, let me bring back the capture program. And again, I hope this is the address if you want, email address if you have any questions for me. The free trading room. It is free. We don't even ask for a credit card. It's a free trading room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to come in. And this is a subscription link. And I'll open the room around 9 o'clock Tuesday morning. And that's when I'll start to share my screen, and I'll get live on the mic at about 9:05. So if you're in the States and you have that 3-day, well, I'm going to take it off, even though I'm a Canadian. Of course, I take off all the American holidays. So if you're in the States, have a great long weekend, and we'll see everybody bright and early Tuesday morning. Bye-bye.